What's up, everybody? I'm extremely tired, but I had some sort of motivation to do a vlog for you guys on my top 5 tips on how to get signed. How could I forget this? I want to give a shout out to my top 3 comments recently on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for leaving the awesome love and support on my channel. Let's dive right into it. Coming in on the number 3 comment is from Madeline Ryan. Madeline says, "That's really nice of you. Need more people like this." God, Madeline, you got me right in the feels there. Coming in at the number 2 spot, this is actually from my Fuck Your Chicken Strips music video that I put together and the song that I produced. If you guys want to download that song, head over to my website. It is actually on all platforms too. iTunes, Spotify, possibly Pandora, Google Play, also at your mom's house. Pick up your copy of Fuck Your Chicken Strips. It's completely amazing. But James Vasco says, KFC sponsor SKEDDY. Dude, that would be sweet. Let me know what you guys think of Fuck Your Chicken Strips in the description below. And coming in at the number 1 spot is from Nautica Official. And Nautica says, amazing interview, opened my eyes on what the label industry is like. And for all of you guys who are producers and or DJs and you want to be a part of the 33 Club, message me here, find me on Instagram, SKEDDY Official, shoot me out a message and let's connect. I want to share your music and your sound with the world, or however many followers I have here, soon to be the world. What's going on, everyone? You might be asking yourself, why are all these damn lights on in my house? And that is because I'm extremely freaked out right now. This is the second time I've tried to film this vlog and weird crap keeps happening in my house. I've always said this place was haunted. You guys see anything behind me? Because I had to stop my last vlog because I felt like someone behind me was watching me. I don't know if I'm freaking out right now, but I saw a reflection like a guy's shit. Anyways, back to the vlog. This vlog, I want to give you guys my top 5 tips on how to get signed by a record label. You might be saying, Dan, you've only been producing for 2 years. How can you have any advice on how to get signed? Back in December 2019, I had set way major high goals for myself, which is totally awesome. Now that I think about it, some of them might be slightly unattainable, like doing 52 shows in a year. Once February hit, like mid-February, my shows dropped off and I stayed at 8 shows, which is okay. We're barely in March. I could get another 4 this month and call it good. But one of my biggest goals was to get signed by a record label. Now I have big aspirations to get signed by other big labels, like maybe Musical Freedom, or maybe Mix Mash, maybe Armada. But here's the problem. My sound really doesn't sound like Musical Freedom or Armada, so I keep going to Mix Mash to get signed by them. Sometimes my sound doesn't even sound like Mix Mash. But I actually have been signed. This year I've had a total of 4 tracks get signed. I'm not going to tell you which ones. You have to stay up to date when that time comes. So I will share that later on in March and also April. Anyways, guys, this is going to be a short, quick, sweet video on my top 5 tips on how I got signed this year. Here's a freebie for you. Bust your ass as much as possible. Create a habit in 21 days. And I'm totally stealing that from Karthik and Dave from Blackout. They're absolutely right. You have to make a pattern. Don't get discouraged right off the bat. Really, really work hard and keep pushing yourself. For me, I wanted to get lazy and I wanted to take a nap right there on that couch all the time. But here's what I found. Maybe call it the universe working with me. Every time I didn't take a nap and I actually decided to get over here and produce, I actually made a really good, decent quality sound that I was really proud of. Number 5 is clean up your sound. What I mean by that is get to know how frequencies work, do research and how to balance EQs, and also panning. Pan your sounds out in different in various ways. And think about it like this. One of my really great friends, Chris West, his information is in the description below. He's helped me out so much with my sound quality, not necessarily my sound design, but how to make my sound crisp and clean. But Chris recommends pan your sound out like an orchestra. The best way to think about it is all of your sounds don't line straight up in an orchestra. If you go to a live orchestra, you have maybe the drums over here and the cymbals over there and the violin in the middle, and they're all in different places on the stage. When you develop your sound, think about that and where to put the kick and where to put the synth and maybe the bass right there, and it totally, absolutely makes sense 100%. And after I did that, my sound really went up. Not necessarily the design, but the quality of the sound went up. So that's my number 5 tip on how to get signed to a label. Coming in at number 4 is just keep producing the style you're working on. So I've done bass house, big room, a little bit of techno, which I wasn't a fan of, regular house. But when I did these genres, I worked on those style of genres for a certain amount of time. Then I move on to trap and then maybe bass house. If you're gonna work on a genre and see what genre works for you, do that one for maybe a few weeks to a month. See how well it works, because you're gonna learn techniques from different genres and be able to plug them into another genre. And in my opinion, you could probably create a new genre. How many genres am I talking about here? Keep producing the style you're currently working on right now. My favorite right now is bass house, and I'm feeling like I'm becoming a bass house producer because that is what's worked for me, and those are the tracks that are being signed. So find whatever works for you and really lock those ones down. My best advice, guys, is tip number 3, and that is research your labels. Don't get crazy. Don't send your bass house track to just a trap house type of label. Don't send it to someone like Musical Freedom that's probably not gonna sign bass house type of tracks. If you're going after bass house, do your research. Go on to places like Beatport and see who other artists and producers, DJs are getting signed to that sound like your style. Once you've figured out and you have a list of different labels that you can reach out to, go to their websites, go to their Instagram and see what they're actually signing and the type of music that they are releasing. Once you have found out that the label is just like your sound, send them a demo. Tip number 2, yeah, I am extremely tired right now. I've been up for almost 20 hours. As you can see, guys, I push myself really, really hard, but that's my pattern that I've created so I can be as productive as possible. Tip number 2 is master your track. This one is super important. To be honest, like a year ago, I had no idea what that meant. Someone was like, did you master your tracks? I'm like, no, but you're being an idiot. Mastering, guys, is like the final cherry on top. It's really going to bring out the sound, not necessarily the design, but the quality of your track that you work so hard on. Mastering your track, the best way that I can personally put this is if you imagine you had a song that had a film layer over it, and you could visually see this song, and the film layer kind of fogged it up, but then when you peel that film layer back, you can see how clear the image and the sound is. That's what mastering does for you. But with that, you also have to be able to balance your track, EQs properly. You have to balance your frequencies as best as you can, and you have to have proper placement and panning. And so when you do all that stuff, it complements mastering so much. In order for my master to sound good, I had to lower my gains in my mix, and I had to lower my EQs, so then when I took that track and I put it into a master set, I would then be able to boost the low ends, the mid ranges, and the high notes, and I could boost those higher to bring them out better. So in order to go forward, I had to take a step back. Does that make sense? What I like to do for my masters is I like to have almost every sound, with the exception of kick, around a -6.5 or -7.5 gain on my metering, like this. So all my sound levels are low within the green. They're not even really in the yellow or red. Some might peak in the yellow, but they're never going above that like mid-yellow range. And again, the reason for that is so that when I do masters on my tracks, I can bring those levels up and they're not going to be distorted and they're going to sound so much better. Is this the perfect description for mastering? No, it is not. Like I said, I haven't even been doing this 2 years, but I have a great grasp on it, and that's what's led me to get signed. If you guys have any input on mastering, please add it in the description below. I would love to get you on the channel and even interview you and give the viewers more information and insight on what exactly I am talking about, such as mastering. My last and final tip, and this one is the biggest, guys, and it is to network. You never know who you're going to meet, and networking has got me where I need to go in 2020, which is getting signed. December 2019 was a huge change in my mindset. I had to really bust my butt with producing music, playing in front of people, and getting signed. Those were the things that I really wanted at the top 3 of my list. Once I focused on my YouTube channel and I wanted to get other DJs and producers on my channel, I was like, wow, if I network this way, their 10 friends are going to tell their 10 friends, and then those friends are going to tell their 10 friends, and it's like a wildfire just blowing up. That actually led me to meet Larry Sladen, who owns Funk Junk Records, who's friends with Britney Beers, and Blackout. And the whole conversation started out with, I love your style, man. I want to get you on Funk Junk. Larry reached out to me and wanted to sign me. That was like completely awesome. Very beginning of January. I feel like I'm losing my voice right now. Continuing the vlog series, I was featuring more DJs and producers. I had Take on the 33 Club. I had Larry Sladen and Blackout and Britney Beers and local DJs. It was going super, super great. And all of a sudden, someone had seen my channel on YouTube and they had went on to SoundCloud, followed me, offered me huge support. They bought my songs, and that was totally cool. And this guy's name is Twist, aka Jeremy. He really digged my style and he passed it off to a label that he was signed at. I networked and people believed in what I was doing with my YouTube channel and they liked my sound. So guys, networking right there at its finest. You never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to come across and who's going to hear your music. I want to give a huge shout out to all my followers and supporters. That I really appreciate you guys supporting this channel and my music. I can't believe within 2 months I've had 4 tracks signed. It just blows my mind in how the universe works. But I want to give a huge shout out to Britney Beers, Blackout, Larry Sladen, and also Twist. The other record label, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I don't know if I should put it out there just yet who I'm signed with. If it's okay, I'm going to make another video because I'm excited about it. But I just want to say, you know who you are. Thank you very much for really digging my tracks. Keep an ear out, guys, for these tracks coming out. Don't forget, visit my website as well. You can buy my tracks there. Make sure to like and subscribe this, share this video. One of my favorite tracks that I just finished, that I just self-released, is Fuck Your Chicken Strips. It's based off of the funny Vine video. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll put that in the description below. Check that video out and then listen to the track that I made of it. Thank you guys so much. I'm going because I am losing my voice right now.